on LinkedIn and YouTube as well. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Dallas. Kaise hain sab log? You're listening to Saima Dillon on Heart to Heart with Saima. I come to you every Thursday from 1 to 3, and we talk about different things. Sabse pehle to thank you all. Thank you for everyone who watches. Thank you for everyone who listens, because we do stream live on multiple channels. You're listening to 104 point, listening to me on 104.1 FM, 700 AM. You are able to go on to jointhecaravan.com to listen to me from anywhere in the world. You are able to go on different social media channels, and you are able to listen to me on different social media channels as well. Whether it's Instagram, whether it's YouTube, it's LinkedIn, or it's Facebook, we do stream live. You're able to watch us. You're able to see us live in action as we spend the next few hours over here. So, having said that, we go into and we talk about real estate. I've been in real estate. I've been a realtor for the last 18 years. In fact, I always tell people that October mein, I literally got my passed my test for real estate like a week before my daughter was born. तो मुझे मैं कभी भी भूलूंगी नहीं कि I won't forget how long it's been, how long I've been in real estate, and how long this journey has been. It has been a journey with its highs and lows. जब आप we are entrepreneurs as realtors. So as entrepreneurs, being self-employed, it's very fruitful in the sense कि जब आप अपना काम करते हैं तो कहने को तो ये होता है कि आप you're a business owner, you're running your own business, but that journey is not an easy one, because highs, lows, हर महीने जो भी चीज़ें होती हैं, हर चीज़ की जिम्मेदारी, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, हर चीज़ आपके खुद के ऊपर होती है. सो आपका सर्वाइवल भी आपके खुद के ऊपर होता है. तो being an entrepreneur for 18 years, that is not an easy journey, but I will tell you that whatever I do it from the heart, and hence heart to heart. तो मैं जो भी करती हूँ दिल से करती हूँ, अपने passion के साथ करती हूँ. When I come on here, I talk about things which matter to me. Now, I always say कि देखें दुनिया की population is over 7 billion plus population of the world, and I don't expect every single person to be in sync with their thoughts and with their way of thinking. Having said that, जब आप दूसरों को सुनते हैं तो आपको ये सोच के दूसरे को सुनना चाहिए कि अगर आप किसी को सुनेंगे जिनकी सोच आपसे मुख्तलिफ है तो आप उनसे सीखेंगे, मगर अगर आपकी सोच इतनी ही महदूद रहेगी कि आप सिर्फ उन्हीं लोगों को सुनना चाहते हैं जो सिर्फ आप ही की तरह की सोच रखते हो, तो आप सोचें कि आपकी सोच कितनी महदूद हो जाएगी. So having said that, I mean, I think it's very important. ये मेरी जर्नी है. मेरी जर्नी के अंदर जिसके अंदर I have ये 2016 में शुरू हुई थी. जिस जर्नी के अंदर I started a women empowerment group on Facebook. It's called Women of Noor, and I believe in empowering people. I believe in empowering women. I believe in living my best life whenever and wherever I can. I believe in making mistakes. I believe in understanding that I'm an imperfect person, and I'm going to make I'm going to do things in life which is not mistakes. So again, I feel it's an overrated word, but mistakes are basically just experiences which don't give us the results that we hope for. But at the end of the day, even though mistakes and all, they're all just experiences, and different experiences always enrich us, they teach us. So be open minded enough to learn from other people, दूसरों के नजरिए के बारे में ओपन माइंड के साथ सुने, and it will help you evolve, it will help you become a better person, it will help you become a better human being. दुनिया की 7, आप ये सोचें कि दुनिया की 7 and almost 7.5 billion की जो पॉपुलेशन है, उसमें हर इंसान जो है वो मुख्तलिफ है. Everyone is created differently. So when we are all created differently and we are all created, I believe we are sufficient. I think we are the most magnificent creation of our creator. And being so magnificent in this creation, I think we are created complete. तो हमें मुकम्मल बनाया गया है. मुकम्मल इस point of view से कि we have been given a heart, we have been given a brain, we have been given a conscience, एक ज़मीर है, soul है हमारे अंदर, हमें intuition दिया हुआ है, we have intuition to listen to our gut feeling. But when we are overthinkers, when we are constantly thinking and we are stressing and we are living in that mode of anxiety, फिर हमारी intuition blocked हो जाती है. But ये सब चीज़ें हमें दी गई हैं, we have been given all these tools because we are created complete. When you seek advice, when you need to bring change in your life, when you seek you're not happy with where you stand in life, it means you are needing something different in your life. But if you're needing something different in your life, that something different is not just going to come with you staying in the space that you're in. If you need to do something different, as Einstein said, okay, it's the rule of insanity to keep doing the same thing over and over again and then expecting different results. So in life, I believe ये जिंदगी के जो मुख्तलिफ experiences आ रहे होते हैं, अगर हम एक दरवाज़ा चाह रहे होते हैं कि वो हमारे लिए खुले and that door does not open and some other door opens for us, I think that different door opens for us because life wants you to try something different. And I think that is exactly what life is. It's a journey of trying different things, and it's a journey of experimenting, it's a journey of exploring. When you keep taking the same route from point A to point B every single day, a point comes कि you're on autopilot. When you're on autopilot, you just keep you autopilot your ऊपर, you just make it from point A to point B, point A to point B every single day. And it just becomes routine. You become oblivious to your surroundings. You become oblivious to what changes you might see in the vicinity, आपके surrounding के अंदर. बट जब आप मुख्तलिफ रास्तों को ट्राई करते हैं, तो आपका alertness का level change हो जाता है. जब आप when you try different routes, you become more observant of whatever is there in your surrounding. So change is necessary in life. Change makes us feel alive. Change helps us evolve. Change is necessary because change is right there telling you that something you are doing and it's not working. It's necessary for you to change. It's necessary for you to evolve. It's necessary for you to pivot. And that's what change is. I think change, एक दफा आप जब try करना शुरू करते हैं change, you get hooked on to change, and change becomes it becomes like me. Then you start getting addicted to change, and you want to try different things, you want to try different ways of life because you want to be happy. Because जब पानी एक ही जगह पे ठहरा रहता है, और तो वो पानी जो है वो स्टैग्नेंट हो जाता है, वो कीचड़ बन जाता है. That water, it's उसमें स्मेल आती है, उसमें डिफरेंट किस्म के चीज़ें ब्रीड करती हैं, राइट. बट जब आप दरिया की तरह बन जाते हैं, when you become like a river, and the river that just keeps flowing and you're just flowing and trying different ways and that water is fresh water. That water is drinkable water. It's water that you can drink. And that's kind of how life is meant to be. Life is meant to be different. Coming back and, talking about real estate market. So real estate is just like life is. It keeps evolving and it keeps changing. And even with real estate, different phases of real estate brings different opportunities for you. And do you know that most people who become millionaires through real estate, they become millionaires through real estate during recession, because recession का जो time है, it brings to you different opportunities. इस वक्त, from my perspective, having been in real estate for the past 18 years, haven't seen the craziness and whatever ensued in 2008. 2008 के अंदर जो भी chaos आया था, crisis आया था, that had primarily to do with subprime loans, which was 100% financing going on left and right. This time it's very different. There are so now there are builders right now, and these builders are offering you opportunities. Builders are offering you to close in all the different places. If you're looking to buy, builders are offering you 3.99% interest rate if you're ready to buy right away. So they're giving you that opportunity to, to get a better interest rate. There are different things happening already. Market ke andar, we are already seeing prices have come down. So opportunity comes in not by nickel and diming. You can't, you can't nickel and dime. कि penny pinchers की तरह आप कुछ इधर बचा लो या उधर बचा लो. When you want to make money in real estate is that one investors, whereas landlord, you become rich even in your sleep. Real estate is that investment. It is long term. It's not a short term game. Real estate is a long term game, but it's a game of leveraging, right? So if someone emails me this question and they said that I have a chunk of money, and they said that I have this opportunity to basically pay off my house, put everything and pay off my mortgage, and I don't have a monthly payment anymore. So what should I do? Should I go ahead and should I do that? So I asked that person, okay, what are your intentions? इस वक्त अगर आप, if you've been listening to my radio show for the past several weeks, when I start with the real estate segment, I've been telling people that become real estate investors. Not only you, सिर्फ आप real estate investors नहीं बनो, but encourage and let your children who might be in colleges, let them turn into real estate investors as well. I've told my nieces, nephews to become real estate investors. So start becoming real estate investors, especially for people in the US. There are many opportunities available. If you're living in apartments, which almost in the Dallas-Fort Worth market, almost 65% of the people, they are renting. So 65% of the market still rents in Dallas-Fort Worth. When things started to shift, right now, under a certain price point, homes are still going into multiple offers. But although prices have come down, homes are still going into multiple offers under a certain price point. And if you are looking, you're going to notice that under a certain price point, when you get into multiple offers, again, you're bidding over. So it defeats the purpose. There are still homes going into multiple offers, although prices have come down, but homes are selling for more. So prices are going to continue based on reports that I'm reading. Although prices have come down, but the real estate market is going to, real estate is still going to keep increasing. Dallas-Fort Worth market is still going to keep increasing. People are out there. People are thinking, okay, they are sitting there and they are waiting. They are waiting for the market to crash. I don't see any such crash per se coming, because basically what's going to happen is already we are seeing 10 to 15% of price come down. We're expecting price to come down by another 5%. So in the next few months, around 20% के करीब prices down होंगी, but multiple offers के अंदर homes, and especially under a certain price points, homes are still selling for more. So one of the key factors, if you want to get the best price for your house, one of the key factors if you want to get the best price for your house is how your home looks. Staging. How does your home look? So the most important key is when that person, if you want the best price, if you are a seller, you want the best price for your house, you still want your home to go in multiple offers, especially if your home is under a certain price point, you need to make sure that your home looks well. Make sure it's an updated house. Make sure that your house is staged. Staging is absolutely imperative in order for you to get the best price for your house. There's just no doubt. So if you're one of those sellers, which unfortunately we see quite a bit of, especially देसी लोगों में हमें ये काफ़ी नज़र आ रहा होता है, especially in homes which are under 600,000 range, especially in homes where people have lived over the past 10, 15, 20 plus years. They have not updated the house. So the house doesn't look the way it needs to look, because people want to buy that house, but you don't want to spend the money on upgrades. Upgrades is what is going to get you the price that you want when you are ready to sell your house. So if you spend the money on updating the house, if you invest that money in staging the house, you're going to get the price that you want when your house gets listed. I have a lot of people, as sellers, they come to me and they say, मगर हमें पैसे खर्च नहीं करने हैं स्टेजिंग के ऊपर. And sometimes I understand, people have bought these homes, for a certain price decades ago, and अब उनके पास वो पैसे नहीं हैं अपडेट करने के अंदर. But if your house is paid off, if you have equity, use the equity, get a home equity line of credit. आपके घर के ऊपर एक लोन लेके spend the money to update the property, because वो जो पैसा आप इन्वेस्ट करेंगे अपने घर के अंदर, वो पैसा आपको रिटर्न में वापस मिल जाएगा. So बहुत सारे सेलर्स आते हैं मेरे पास, एंड बहुत सारे सेलर्स बोलते हैं कि ओके आप ऐसा करो कि घर 8 लाख के ऊपर बिक रहे हैं, तो आप ऐसा करो 7.5 के ऊपर हमारा घर लगा दो और हम अपडेट्स के बगैर बेचेंगे. So you're not going to be able to get the money back. People don't even want to give you that $750 for your house if it's not updated. Home buying is so much about your mindset. It is so much about you look at something and you fall in love. That's what home buying is about. You walk into that house and you feel that, instant feeling. It's the smell. It's the vibration in the house. It's the energy you feel. And you're like, oh, you know what? This is my house. And where does that energy come from? Where does that vibe come from? That vibe comes from because the house is looking nice. It's smelling good. It feels good. So that's what it's all about. It's about all the feel. That's the energy. That's the vibe that a house is carrying. So it makes a huge difference. I have some investors right now. They're based overseas, and उनका mindset ये है कि उन्होंने अपनी बेटी को घर लेके दिया, who's studying at UT Dallas and who's going to live there. They're buying a second, third, fourth, fifth house, because I've been encouraging everyone that if you can afford it, you need to have 5 homes. So that the goal should be. So I told them that their daughter, who is now 18 years old, and she's starting at UT Dallas, let her get her first house so she can turn into a real estate investor. Help her with the down payment money. She turns into a real estate investor. She at 18, I think 18 ki hai, 19 ki hai, or 20, something like that. Inshallah, next week she's going to go there and she's going to sign these whole bunch of documents. Just imagine the self-esteem of this, 18, 20-year-old who's going to be going there and signing all these real estate documents, and she's going to become a home owner that her parents are going to be guiding her with, her parents are going to be helping her with. But it's making her feel an adult, making her feel responsible, making her feel that, hey, these are going to be the responsibilities that come with owning an investment. This is, and I always tell people that agar aapke, if your kids are wanting to, no matter where your children are, help them buy real estate no matter where you go. And when you are not living there anymore, you get a job somewhere else, put tenants in that property and move to another place. This is how you build your real estate portfolio. So this email that I got, where this person asked me that, I have this money. Should I pay off my house, or should I go and use this money to buy a second property? So, without doubt, the answer is go and use that money. Don't focus on paying off your house right now. Use that money to leverage and to put a down payment in your second house. And as soon as you close on it, you put a tenant in that property, you let that house pay itself off. You always need to make sure you have a certain chunk of money in your hands, so that if things go wrong, if the tenant stops paying, if something goes wrong, you have the holding power to be able to sustain. That is absolutely imperative. ये बहुत जरूरी है कि आपके पास holding power होना चाहिए to be able to sustain. So that's how you become real estate investors, from one to another to another. And so this is what these clients are doing. They are buying condos. Yes, some of these condos even have like $400, $500 in HOA, but they live overseas. This is what their forte is. They're buying these homes which are between 250 350 price range, and they're putting tenants in there, and they are spinning the wheel, and they are going to keep building their portfolio. They're going to keep focusing that they're going to pay off these homes in the next 10 to 15 years, and in the next 10 to 15 years these are going to be paid off properties. So they will be generating around $15,000 in rental income in 15 years time. और जब वो आपकी रेंटल इनकम शुरू होती है, देखो ये चीज मैंने यूएस में देखी. I've seen that in US people work. People work to live. But that's not how life is meant to be. Life is not meant to be where we just keep working all the time. That's, I don't see life that way. I think life is meant to spend time with your family, to build relationships, to build bridges, to get to know what's happening in your children's life, to go and be silly with them, to go and have fun with them, to अगर आप वेकेशंस अफोर्ड कर सकते हो तो देखो, जरूरी नहीं है जिंदगी के अंदर कि हर चीज के आप एक्सपेंसिव ट्रिप्स ही लो. आप छोटे ट्रिप्स भी ले सकते हो. You can just for us people in the US, you can put your kids, you can put your family, you can eat at McDonald's. I mean, $20 के अंदर आप एक मील 4 लोगों के बीच में शेयर कर सकते हो. डॉलर के सैंडविच चीजें पार्क में जा सकते हो. जस्ट टेक योर फैमिली आउट एंड यू कैन बिल्ड रिलेशनशिप. बट ये सब चीजों के लिए यू डू नीड टाइम. अगर आप टाइम बनाओगे तो आप अपनी फैमिली के साथ वक्त गुजार सकते हो. You don't need to go to Europe, you don't need to go all over the world. You can just do something on a local level, and just build relationships with your children, get to know who your children are. And 7 minute के अंदर 8 minute के अंदर we're going to transition over to heart. And उसके अंदर that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about building bridges. We're going to talk about building relationships with your loved one. We're going to talk about you know getting to know your children for who they are, instead of expecting your children to become a byproduct of your expectations. So I mean, ये सब चीजें जिंदगी की you know you might not, and you don't have to agree with the way I do things, which is perfectly fine. I think जब आप चीजों को सुनते हो, when you become open-minded enough to listen to what others have to say, when you build that mindset, okay, you know what, I'm a student for life and I'm ready to learn and I'm ready to listen, उस पॉइंट के ऊपर आपकी ज़िंदगी बदलनी शुरू हो जाती है। बिकॉज़ जैसे ही आप ये सोचते हो कि मैं अपनी लाइफ़ की क्वालिटी को चेंज करना चाहती हूँ, मैं अपनी लाइफ़ की क्वालिटी को बेटर करना चाहती हूँ, मैं को क्या मकसद है कि हम इस दुनिया में हैं। वी आर नॉट जस्ट इन दिस वर्ल्ड टू जस्ट कीप वर्किंग, 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 राइट? So that's what real estate investment does for you. Real estate investment helps you earn passive income within a certain amount of time so that you don't have to keep working like slaves all your life. हो सकता है आपको आपका कोई ख्वाब हो कि आप आप बिजनेस ओनर बने, आप कोई बिजनेस कर सकें, मगर आप कर नहीं सकते बिकॉज यू हैव योर फैमिली टू टेक केयर ऑफ, यू माइट हैव पेरेंट्स यू आर सेंडिंग मनी टू। मगर जब आप जिंदगी में अगर यंग आप रियल एस्टेट इन्वेस्टमेंट के अंदर स्टार्ट कर देते हैं, which means के I mean best is to start at the age of 20, which means by the time you're 35 in your mid 30s you already are generating passive income. And when you are generating passive income, it's going to give you the money that you need on a monthly basis. कि अगर आपको काम छोड़ के कोई different चीज ट्राई करनी है, कोई different opportunity, कोई business शुरू करना है, तो आपके पास वो पैसे आ रहे होंगे which will buy you the freedom that you are wanting. So we will be so um, we just went on a break on the radio. So so basically that's what the intention is, by becoming real estate investors. That's what you do. So right here on Instagram, hey, thank you all for being here. Taira kaisi hain aap? Thank you for listening. Hey Ushna, good to see you. So thank you all for being here on Instagram. I just shared the real estate segment on Instagram. We are live on Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn. So I'm going to sign off on Instagram. Thank you all. See you next Thursday. So all right. So um, needless to say, बहुत multitasking हो रही होती है यहाँ पर. So um, we are using different gadgets to go live on different places. तो हम लोग um, so different devices are being used to go live. So I need to make sure that on LinkedIn and YouTube we are just going to continue. At 1:35, we just resume and we continue with heart to heart. So, is there anything that anyone would like to talk about? And if you would like to talk about, uh, yeah, I understand, Rana, जो आप बोल रहे हैं कि in Pakistan you're facing a recession in real estate. Besides, government has abandoned amnesty. Yeah, unfortunately, the situation in Pakistan is quite difficult, and um, you know, I wish there was something I could say, but there isn't. But I wish you guys all the best. I know कि ज़िंदगी के challenges आते हैं, but I feel for people who are in Pakistan. It's quite hard. So having said that, so Facebook right here. Let's see, what do I have here? Hey, Asim, do you want to come on? We have 2 minutes. Uh, Asim, are you wanting to come on live on the show? I just saw that you had sent in a request. If you guys are wanting to join me here live, come on here on this Facebook. Okay. Hey, Asim, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So we don't have a whole lot of time. We have literally a minute and a half. What would you like to share? How are you doing?
It's really good to see you. That's it.
Likewise. Likewise.
So, on your next segment, I'll be connected with you on
Okay.
Facebook.
So that's going to be in like 25 minutes. Does that work?
All right.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. So just send me
I
a
have I have lots of time.
ठीक है, sounds good. Send me another request just before we go on the break, so then you can have more time to chat.
Right, right, right. Thanks for having me.
Of course, I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, sure.
So so अगर आप लोग भी हमारे पास 1 मिनट है before we go back. Hey Tulsi, how are you doing? Hey Hassan, how are you? um, Absolutely. Asim, you're completely right that upgrading the property helps us get more money, helps you make more profit. Hey, Sadia, how are you? Nigat, kaise hain aap? Abdullah, Shahana, Harun, Azhar, Walaikum Assalam. You're connecting from Lahore. So, Zishan, long time, yes, good to see you. So thank you all for being here and thank you for your support. We have 22 seconds before we go back. So yeah, so that's what it's about. It's about so of course let's see up Aptas Aptasmi Aptasmi. I hope I said that right. All right, so आप सुन रहे हैं साइमा को. You're listening to me on 104.1 FM and 700 AM. Join the caravan.com पे आप जाकर you can listen to me from anywhere in the world, and we are streaming live. We do stream live on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn and YouTube. तो आप कभी भी हमें सुन सकते हैं. So we are streaming live. You're able to listen to me every Thursday from 1 to 3. I come to you, connecting with you from the Dallas Fort Worth area. And between 700 AM and 104.1 FM, you should be able to, and join the caravan.com. You should be able to listen to me from anywhere in the world. So, welcome to Heart with Saima. So when I come to you from 105 to 130, I do spend that time talking about real estate, and then we transition into heart to heart. तो मैं जब भी हार्ट टू हार्ट के अंदर आती हूँ, तो एक तो पहले इट्स वेरी क्यूट कि आप लोग मुझे जिधर भी मिलते हैं, आप लोग आके एंड यू जस्ट से हार्ट टू हार्ट एंड इट्स आई find it absolutely adorable. It's really cute. Okay, the name has just it's I guess it's catchy and it's caught on. So um, so let's talk about something. Let's talk about children. First of all, I feel that why are we so judgmental? हमको क्यों ये फील होता है कि whatever our belief system is, however we perceive the world, जो हमारे देखने का नजरिया है, the way we look at things, why should that be the only way? Has anyone ever thought, किसी ने कभी इस चीज के ऊपर नजर डाली है, इस चीज के बारे में सोचा है कि the world is so diverse. The world is so diverse. Every individual is so different from each other. Even though you might have the same religion, or you might be coming from the same culture, or even people coming from the same country, but we are all so different from each other. And we are different from each other because we are meant to be different from each other. Not a single cell is the same in our bodies. Every individual is the same. कि जो बारिश होती है, the raindrops, the rain, कितनी बारिश दुनिया में होती है, raindrops, हर एक कतरा, हर एक बूंद एक दूसरी बूंद से मुख्तलिफ होती है. There is so much diversity in the universe, and there is diversity because colors are beautiful. Diversity is beautiful. ये जो एक तरफ आपको लाल फूल नजर आए या पीले फूल नजर आए या आपको पर्पल फूल नजर आए, they are also beautiful in their uniqueness and in their differences. Why is it so different? Why is it so difficult for human beings to accept the differences between us? Why are we so judgmental? ये किधर से, ये क्या चीज़ हमारे अंदर इनग्रेन होती है जिस पॉइंट के ऊपर हमारे अंदर नफ़रतें इनग्रेन होती हैं, हमारे अंदर ये इनटॉलरेंस इनग्रेन होता है. And before I continue, if you would like to share your thoughts on this, the number to the studio is 214 817 3333 is the number to the studio if you would like to call and share your thoughts and share your outlook and share your perspective. मैंने जब अपनी ज़िंदगी को के अंदर चेंज लाना शुरू की to a quite a significant extent, it was 2016. And I started becoming more receptive to just listening to different people and to just learning from different people. But what I have noticed is that हमारा tolerance level इतना कम है. We constantly judge other people. We constantly have an opinion on दूसरों ने क्या पहना है, दूसरों के रिलीजन के बारे में, दूसरे सोशल मीडिया पे क्या पोस्ट कर रहे हैं. सो द क्वेश्चन इज, जो चीज़ मुझे कंफ्यूज करता है कि जब हम सोशल मीडिया पे कुछ पोस्ट करें, यस आई अंडरस्टैंड कि इस वक्त फ़िल्टर्स हैं और बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं और हम सब चाहते हैं कि जब हम फेसबुक के ऊपर या हम सोशल मीडिया पे जब चीज़ें पोस्ट करें तो हम इसीलिए पोस्ट कर रहे हैं, राइट, कि हर कोई आए और हर कोई आके हमें बोले कि ओ यू आर सो ब्यूटिफुल, राइट. So what is it? Why is there so much intolerance, right? अगर हम अपने आप को, first of all, we don't want to showcase ourselves in our true authentic form. हम अपने आप को दिखाना ही नहीं चाहते कि हमारा ट्रू सेल्फ क्या है. तो हम ऑटोमेटिकली जब दूसरों को भी देखते हैं, कौन कितना मोटा है, कौन कितना पतला है. मैं आपको बताऊं कि ये जो जी जेन है, this new generation, and this is the generation जिसके अंदर my kids are also, my daughters are in that generation. This generation, they watch you. They are watching each and everything that you do. My kids, for the longest time, were so mindful of what I was doing because they said, "Mom, you have a podcast, you are out there, and you are on a radio, you're putting things out there. You have to be so mindful to make sure, okay, you don't hurt anyone. You are mindful about the words that come out of your mouth." So definitely, you know, ये चीज़ों के लिए मैं बहुत mindful रहती हूँ. बिकॉज मैं इसलिए भी माइंडफुल रहती हूँ कि एट द एंड ऑफ द डे my kids are watching me and I want to make sure that I'm someone that my daughters can be proud of. If my daughters, my kids, my daughters, they are my mirrors. तो वो मेरे लिए मेरा एक आईना है, एक शीशा है जिसके अंदर मैं अपनी झलक देखती हूँ, मैं अपनी रिफ्लेक्शन देखती हूँ और उसमें मुझे नज़र आता है कि मैं क्या हूँ. Do you guys know that for most people have a difficult time looking at themselves in the mirror and saying out loud to themselves that I love you. And most people have a difficult time telling yourself I love you, because जैसे आप अपने आप को ये बोलते हैं कि I love you, या आप अपने आप को ये बोलने की कोशिश कर रहे होते हैं कि I love you, तो आपके अंदर से वो सारी चीजें निकलना शुरू हो जाती हैं कि नो, यू कैन नॉट लव योरसेल्फ, यू कैन नॉट लव योरसेल्फ बिकॉज यू हैव डन दिस, यू कैन नॉट लव योरसेल्फ बिकॉज यू हैव डन दैट, you cannot love yourself because your children are upset with you, or your brother is not talking to you, xyz, your friend is not talking to you, and you cannot do love yourself because तुमने ये सारी गलतियां जिंदगी में की हैं. तो सबसे पहले तो everything, you judge others because you are judging yourself at the same time. And when you are judging yourself, obviously, you're going to continue judging everything else around you, including your children, including your, you know, your friends, including going on social media and finding a fault with किसने क्या पहना है, कौन कितना मोटा है, कौन कितना पतला है. I mean, why? Okay, so once in a while, you know, like when I'm with friends, they are taking pictures. They use filters to take pictures. अगर मुझे वो फिल्टर्स बहुत ज्यादा वेird लग रहे होते हैं, या मैं खुद को जब उन अपनी अपनी नज़र से देखती हूँ थ्रू दोज फिल्टर्स, और मुझे ये होता है कि ओ माय गॉड, यू नो, आई थिंक आई लुक अ बिट, आई मीन ये तो इस फिल्टर ने मुझे बहुत ही ज़्यादा गोरा बना दिया है, क्योंकि मेरा complexion is सांवला, which personally I have absolutely no issues with myself. तो मुझे, मैं तो उल्टा और डार्कर चीज़ें यूज़ करती हूँ, because I think उसमें, you know, for me that's where attraction lies, so I do it. So जब ये filters use करते हैं and you're trying to showcase yourself as someone who looks different than yourself, if that's what you choose to do, that is perfectly fine. But जब मैं filter अपनी pictures को edit भी करने की कोशिश करती हूँ और फिर अपनी बेटियों को दिखाती हूँ अपनी pictures, so my daughters, they go, mom, you can't use those, you've just edited your pictures, you can't do that, you know. And I give my phone to them and I tell them, okay, just do what you know, just fix whatever you think needs fixing, because from my perspective, mere nazariye se, I did, I did what I felt I should do. But then again, you do what the way you see me, and you fix it the way you see me, and that's what I'm going to use. तो वो सब filters वगैरह वो, they just remove everything. You know why? Because you got to learn to love yourself just the way you are. Be authentic. Be you. Yes, people will judge you. कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे क्योंकि लोगों का काम है कहना. Recently, I was with a group of people, and they were talking about other women on social media using these filters to show themselves as more slender than they are, to show कि वो pictures जब post करते हैं और आप उनको सामने देखेंगे तो they don't look that way. So here's my perspective on it. If that's what makes them happy, if it makes, if they are feeling insecure, तो उनको insecure बनाने वाले भी लोग ही हैं जो उनको accept नहीं कर रहे हैं for who they are. If they are overweight and they want to wear short skirts or they want to wear sleeveless, hey, it's up to them. क्या फर्क पड़ता है किसको क्या पहनना है नहीं पहनना. अगर हर इंसान का फोकस हम खुद बन जाए and we start focusing on ourselves, जब हम, you know, and I always say that कि जब से मैंने खुद के ऊपर वर्क करना शुरू किया है, since the time I've been observing myself and I've been listening to whatever my kids tell me कि mom fix this, या आपने ये बात इस तरह नहीं करें, या this perspective is wrong perspective, it's not the right way to look at things. The more I'm working on myself, the more I'm fixing myself, the more there is to fix. Because the more I focus on me, the more I realize कि मेरी खुद में कितनी सारी वो क्वालिटीज हैं, कितनी सारी वो चीज़ें हैं जिनसे मुझे, I feel कि I don't want those in me. So I focus on me. I focus on building myself. And the more I do that, the more I feel there is to work. So why would I want to sit there and focus on other people when I should be focusing on myself and I should be focusing on building myself? Jitna I accept myself for who I am, utna hi I will be accept other people for who they are. We are not meant to be the same. So celebrate diversity, celebrate differences, go and spend time listening to other people. So when you meet with other people and when you feel कि I just want to talk, तो अभी Sunday की बात है कि me and my girls, we went to see the Cartier Islamic exhibition in Dallas जो खत्म होने वाली है, which was, mind you, it was a very, very cool experience to see that. And wahan se done hoke, my daughter said she wants to eat Chili's, so we went at Chili's and we were sitting there and we were eating. So जब हम वहां पर थे and we sat there and we were eating and we realized that what, हम जब हमारे जो differences हैं, हमारे differences जो हैं, they are reason for celebration. They are something which जब हम खुद की बात करते रहते हैं ना और खुद को ही सुनते रहते हैं, you're basically just repeating things that you already believe in. And your beliefs, it doesn't mean just because you believe in something, just because your thoughts are in your head, it doesn't mean that that's the truth. So just because आप किसी चीज में believe करते हैं, that doesn't make it the truth, right? Because they are just what it is. They are your thoughts, they are your belief system. जब आप दूसरों की बातें सुनते हैं, and I've been spending a lot of time with my daughters, जब हम उस dinner पे गए and I sat there and I'm listening to them talk and they're sharing their perspective on things. So I took them there because I wanted to actually see. I wanted them to see uh, how cool, how beautiful the jewelry was, how Cartier was influenced by Islamic art. And it was a very cool experience. It was taking them, spending time with them. Um, एंड ये भी एक लंबी जर्नी है जो जिसके ऊपर मैंने 2020 से वर्क करना शुरू किया था, जब हम क्वारंटीन हुए हुए थे इन कोविड. दैट्स व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड वर्किंग ऑन माय रिलेशनशिप विद माय गर्ल्स. And because we were quarantined, we were in the house and we sat down and we were spending time. There are times there are times, dude, when it's extremely hard to just sit there and to listen to what your kids have to tell you. There are some really, really hard moments in there. But I feel that's a moment of reckoning. That's a moment where if they are feeling something and they are sharing those things with you, then instead of spending time feeling hurt, it's important to listen to what they have to say. ये generation different है. ये generation वो generation नहीं है. ये Z gen specially. क्या आप उनसे बोलोगे कि मैं तुम्हारे पेरेंट्स हूँ, अब आंखें बंद करो, जो मैं तुमसे बोल रही हूँ, you go and you do that and you listen to everything I've got to tell you because I know more than you. So I don't agree with that sentiment anymore. But उसको चेंज करने में, मुझे खुद को चेंज करने में, मुझे खुद का माइंडसेट चेंज करने में, हर चीज़ को चेंज करने में काफ़ी सारा वक्त लगा है. काफ़ी सारा वक्त लगा है. It's taken a lot of time. It's taken a lot of काफ़ी सारे आंसू भी लगे हैं. A lot of tears have been shed in the process because sometimes it's hard. Uh, but now it's basically you know we just spend time getting to know each other. I spend time listening. Listen more, talk less. Listen to what your kids have to tell you. It will help you become a better human being. Because when you are a more tolerable, a better human being, you're going to respect yourself more. You're going to be kind to yourself. You're going to love yourself. Because when you keep telling your children that you're disappointed in them, when you keep telling your children that they're not good enough, when you keep comparing your children to their siblings or children to their cousins or children to the next door neighbor or children to your cousin's cousin, right there, it instills in your child a feeling of insecurity, a feeling of not being good enough, a feeling of the parents not being proud of. So जब आप देखोगे कि आपके अगर बच्चे ड्रग्स की तरफ जा रहे हैं, if kids are going into things which are very harmful to the children, they are going to do these things because वो अंदर से उनके इतनी frustration है, वो feel कर रहे हैं. The worst thing for children is when their parents are disappointed at them. They don't want the parents to be disappointed, but when the parents keep pushing and enforcing their own thoughts and beliefs, on their children, which children cannot resonate with, which children cannot understand, then it's a problem. So, like Khalil Gibran's poetry, it says, your children are not your children, they are children of the world. And that's what it is. You bring these children into this world, but they have not come into this world to become a byproduct of what your expectations are, कि आप उनसे क्या उम्मीद रखते हैं, आपके अधूरे ख्वाब कौन से हैं। वो इस दुनिया में आपके अधूरे ख्वाब पूरे करने के लिए नहीं आए हैं. If you have brought children into this world, they are in this world to become their own individual, amazing, creative selves. They're not in this world to just keep following everything, जैसे रट्टा लगाते हैं, chapter after chapter after chapter after chapter. They are not in this world to just keep, they are not parrots. They're not just going to keep repeating everything that you want them to do. They are their own individual beings. I feel I'm not an extremely, or my creativity is very on a different level. मैं चीज़ों के साथ experiment करती हूँ. I will, try different gadgets. I would try different things. But my children, both my daughters are very creative. They like creativity. They like to use their hands to put things together. So, unki creativity, they are very artistic, and I'm not artistic. Um, but both time tak, I did the same thing. I took for many years, I took my kids for Kumon. I took वो स्कूल से निकलते थे, मैं क्यूमॉन पे लेके भाग रही हूँ, मैं उनको मैथ की क्लासेस के ऊपर लेके भाग रही हूँ, मैं उन्हें पियानो की क्लासेस के ऊपर लेके भाग रही हूँ, मैं उन्हें डांस की क्लासेस के ऊपर लेके भाग रही हूँ. भाग रहे हैं, एक के साथ भाग रहे हैं, दूसरे के साथ भाग रहे हैं, पागलों की तरह जस्ट रनिंग ऑल द टाइम. सो आप उस प्रोसेस में क्या कर रहे हैं? यू आर इंस्टिलिंग anxiety in your children, because then they start feeling anxious. Then they start feeling कि okay, इसमें भी excel करना है, इसमें भी excel करना है. Okay, B grade क्यों आया है? A क्यों नहीं आया? तुम्हारे grades क्यों drop हो गए? तुम्हारे ये basically what kids need is an opportunity just to be children, just to explore, to fall down, to learn, instead of you shoving different classes, different things down your children's throats. Your children need to be nurtured. They need kindness. They need for you to be an example of kindness. When you are kind to yourself, then your children are going to be kind to themselves. When they see you suffering and working and just dejected all the time, then basically that's what your kids are going to learn, because that's what they do. They learn not from your words. Your children learn from your actions. They're watching you. When you're there, you don't tell the truth. You're sitting there bad mouthing relatives. You're sitting there thinking, okay, you know what? Someone is asking for $5,000 to do a renovation project for you, and you're sitting there and you're cribbing and you're telling them, hey, if, instead of 5,000, do it for 3,000, and they cut corners. They're sitting there watching you do all this. So the way of the world is, the way of the universe is, exactly what you give is what will come back to you. That's the way the universe works. If you sit there and you're always thinking कि किसके corners मैं किधर से cut करूं, but the universe is going to cut corners in your life. So be this person who is willing, who's magnanimous, who says कि okay, ये तुम 5,000 मांग रहे हो, तुम 5,000 लो, ताकि तुमको बैकग्राउंड से कहीं किसी और जगह से तुम्हारे वो 5,000 का बैलेंस आ जाए. If you're going to be a discounted person, then life is always going to ask you for discounts too. But when you're that person and you're like, okay, you take this is what you're asking for, this is what you deserve, then life basically works in parallel formats of energy. Give whatever you put out there, exactly that comes back to you. So at the end of the day, it brings us back to the fact that you have to work on you. You have to work on yourself. You have to work on who you are as a person, because when you work on yourself, that's when the universe, conspires to make everything happen for you. तो ये जिंदगी का तरीका इसी तरह से चलता है. What you sow you shall reap. जो भी डालोगे वो ही पाओगे. Your kids are going to become someone, they are wanting you to be a role model, an example. You don't have to become this rich person. You don't have to become this person who is a millionaire, who is living in this humongous house, who is driving this amazing car. They children want, basically, they want to see a parent who is kind and who's loving, and everything, whether it's love, it's kindness, everything begins with you. It starts with you and it ends with you. And when it begins and ends with you, at that point, the game changes. Because when they see you loving yourself, they will start loving themselves. And at the end of the day, life, the most powerful of all the emotions in this world, it is that belief and that feeling of love. Love is sublime. Love is power. Um, जब आप किसी भी चीज को love से start करोगे, तो it will flourish. And we will see you right after the break. This is Saima. All right, so we are on a 5 minute break. It's 2 o'clock, and thank you all, everyone, for being here, and thank you everyone for your support. And how is everyone doing? So let's see, who all do we have here? Okay, so who all do we have here? So let's see. Uh, hey Farah, कैसी हो? How are you? Usman Mukhtar, कैसे हैं आप? Arif Lalani, thank you for being here. Munawar Bhojani, Kashif Ali Khan, Rana Zain. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here, and thank you all for being a part of the show. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. तो आप लोगों की लाइफ में क्या चल रहा है? मेरी लाइफ में तो आज थर्सडे है, रेडियो शो चल रहा है. लेट्स सी. Stella, can I speak to Gay, please? Thank you. Hey, Gay, it's Saima calling you back. Hello. Oh, we will. Uh, Okay, so he did. Okay, so email won't work because you don't know if you will actually receive it tomorrow. Is that what it is? Okay. Okay. So, do you expect us to do this on Monday, or what do you want me to? Okay. All right. So, um, yeah, unfortunately, the best way to get in touch with him is through WhatsApp. Let me just message him. Gay, I am on a radio show, so I have 30 seconds to go back in.
Okay.
So let me message Aruj, and then once I finish, I'll call you.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
All right, thanks.
Welcome back. You're listening to Saima, and you're listening to me on 104.1 FM and 700 AM. आप जिधर भी हों Dallas में, आप between using those two different frequencies, and if those don't work, you're able to go on jointhecaravan.com, and you're able to listen to me from anywhere in the world, which is quite awesome. And अगर आप watch करना चाहें, you're wanting to see us live in action, you can go on to, you're able to go on to YouTube under Saima Dillon, or Facebook के ऊपर or LinkedIn के ऊपर, where we are streaming live. So we've been talking about we've been talking about judging others, and we've been talking about how that impacts, how that severely when you are this judgmental person and you're always judging others कि किसने क्या कपड़े पहने हुए हैं. Actually, even if you are judging your own children, because a lot of people do that. A lot of people sit there and you're not satisfied with your children either. You want them to be dressed a certain way, you want them, and आप उनके अंदर ये चीजें, you instill anxiety in your children. So your parents might have done that with you, but if you are doing that to your children, where you have all this expectation of perfection from your children, then it's time for you to break the habit. Because if you are doing that to your children, break the habit and let your children grow. Let them be turn into and become and flourish. Flourishing comes from a feeling of of self fulfillment. आपका self esteem उससे connected होता है, आपका self confidence उसके साथ connected होता है. So that's all connected to how you feel about yourself. But when parents are always comparing their children to other, and they are always saying कि हमारा बच्चे में ये प्रॉब्लम है, या तुम ये नहीं कर रहे हो, या तुम पढ़ाई में अच्छे नहीं हो, या especially children who are naughty, right? Or who might cry a lot. These are just different attributes which basically show what the child is going through. So when you see something like that, it, it's basically an indication to show you that something needs to be changed. And you can never change anyone else. आप कभी भी किसी दूसरे को change नहीं कर सकते. आप सिर्फ और सिर्फ अपने आप को change कर सकते हैं. But the most brilliant and the most amazing thing is that when you start changing yourself, automatically everything around you, your children, your family, everything, your energy, everything around you will start changing as well. It's you yourself are so powerful. You think कि आपके बच्चे different चीजें कर रहे हैं. Unfortunately, when kids feel that they are not being understood, when kids feel that their parents are not listening to them, when kids feel that you know they kids, we all in fact, require validation. So when you feel कि you're not being validated, कि अगर आप अपने parents को बोल रहे हैं कि I'm hurt, या children do not want to hear you say कि बेटा you know what, उसको देख लो वो तुमसे बेहतर है, इसको देख लो. Kids don't want that. All children are looking for is for you, if they are sitting there and telling you how crappy their day was, if they are sitting there and they are complaining to you कि उनका you know वो किसी चीज के ऊपर upset है, they don't want you justifying your actions. All they want is for you as parents to just go there and hug them and tell them, beta, it's all going to get better. That's all the children are looking for. By nature, I'm a problem solver. तो मेरे बच्चे जब मुझे कुछ भी बोल रहे होते हैं तो automatically I turn into that mode, that problem solving mode, and I automatically start thinking कि okay, ये अब इस problem को किस तरह से मुझे solve करना है. तो वो प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने के मोड के अंदर जब मैं आती हूँ तो आई स्टार्ट ऑटोमेटिकली, वो भी बात ही कर रही हूँ, मैं सोच रही हूँ अच्छा ये प्रॉब्लम हो गई, इसको किस तरह से सॉल्व करें, इसका सोल्यूशन क्या है. बट दैट्स नॉट व्हाट दे वांट. दे डोंट वांट यू टू बी अ प्रॉब्लम सॉल्वर. They want to solve their own problems. All they want is for you to give a listening ear, for you to just sit there and for you to just tell them that you love them, that everything is going to be okay, that they are enough as human beings, as individuals, and that you love them, and that you're grateful that they're in your life. Agar aapke bachche have gone astray and they have gone into the wrong company or they are doing drugs, you can still salvage your relationship with them if you continue just either say sorry to them for every time that you couldn't understand what they wanted. You say sorry to them for every time you were not willing to listen to what they have to say. You say thank you to them for being a part of your journey because they are probably feeling that you are disappointed in them. And when the kids feel that parents are disappointed in them, then they go off track. So they want you to tell them that they are enough, that they are sufficient. Thank them for being a part of your life. Say sorry to them for the mistakes that you have made as parents. Because as parents, you are imperfect, right? We are all imperfect beings. Just because we are parents, it doesn't mean, yeah, unfortunately, this is part of our culture where as parents we feel that we are always right. But that is not true. We are not always right. As parents, we make many mistakes. And that's okay. उन mistakes को करना कोई problem नहीं है, because we are just these imperfect beings who on a daily basis are just trying to do our best. But what does matter, what matters is that we tell our children that it's okay for them to be imperfect, it's okay for them to make mistakes. So that is Heart to Heart with Saima. I come to you every Thursday from 1 to 3. I start with the real estate segment and then I transition into Heart to Heart. And we talk about different subjects. And today we are talking about judgment. Today we are talking about children. And, something which is absolutely, um, there are children who are gay. There are children who are lesbians, their children who are transgenders. You have, if your children, अगर आप बच्चों को इस दुनिया में लेके आए हैं, तो अगर आप खुद अपने बच्चों को जज करेंगे तो दूसरे भी फिर आपके बच्चों को जज करेंगे. If your children are, if they are gay, if you have a child and your child is gay, you need to give your child unconditional love and unconditional support, no matter what their gender. and you have to let your children know that you love them unconditionally. मेरे शो के ऊपर ना मैं पॉलिटिक्स के ऊपर बात करती हूँ, ना मैं रिलीजन्स के ऊपर बात करती हूँ, because that is not the purpose of my show. The purpose of my show is unconditional love, regardless of what your belief system might be, regardless of what your thoughts are, no matter what you believe in. My show is about unconditional love. It's about giving space to your children to be who they are. Because अगर आप उनके ऊपर pressure डालेंगे, they are not going to share things with you. They're going to do things आपसे छुप कर. But for children, this is the most difficult thing for them to do, when they have to hide things from the parents, when they feel that the parents are going to judge them. लोग अगर हमारा कल्चर जज भी करें ना, मगर अगर पेरेंट्स अपने बच्चों को सपोर्ट करें, when kids have their parents unconditional love and unconditional support, they start soaring. So stop worrying about कि लोग क्या कहेंगे. It's very hard, but it's the most important thing you can do for your child, is to give your child unconditional support and unconditional love. And that's what this life is about. The child is the way the child is meant to be. जो आपके बच्चों की जर्नी है, वो आपके बच्चों की journey is meant to be, and they are going to be the way they are. You putting pressure on them, you forcing your children who might be gay to get married to the opposite gender, creates nothing but discord. वो इतने नाखुश रहते हैं, when there's pressure coming from their parents, for kids to do things that they don't want to, but they're doing it because of log kya kahenge, society kya kahegi. It is very, very hard on them. And और ज़्यादा नाखुश, और ज़्यादा उसके अंदर से it creates this more, they are unhappy. Then there's pressure to have children, because people think solution to every problem is having children. So my girls actually asked me, my daughter asked me, Mom, why did you have children? And the question last show ke upar bhi humne pucha tha. So when my daughter asked me, Mom, why did you have children? I didn't have an answer. I mean, I was just quiet, and I did not know what to say. And it was simply, I mean, I had kids because I was meant to have kids. I mean, that's the process after getting married, even though I waited many years before having my children. But I mean, that was, having kids is a responsibility. It's not a easy feat. Having children, raising children, it's a huge responsibility. And raising kids to be able to give them the necessities and give them, fulfill their needs, that's not easy to do. But when you have kids, it comes with a responsibility. And I think the simplest of the well, not the simplest, I think this is probably the most difficult thing you can do for children, is to give them unconditional love and to give them unconditional support. But when you do that, they flourish and they thrive. So having said that, let's play our first song of the afternoon. And this, I thought, okay, you know what? Let's do something upbeat, and I hope you enjoy it. Here goes. So, Radio Caravan. Hey Neha, I'm good. How are you doing? Aw, aw. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 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 yes, yeah, yeah, बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल. Absolutely. I mean, I literally got into this argument with a. I've gone through a lot of change over the past. I've changed my life very drastically since 2016. I've been working on it, and what I, what. So the friends who have been in my life for decades, it's hard for them to see that now I'm a very, sometimes they have a difficult time relating to that person, to this new person, and which is perfectly fine because, I just tell them that, hey, you think I should, so I'm a single mom. I've gone through a divorce, and they feel that I need to stay that person. Um, but the thing is, I'm not going to stay that person. I'm going to constantly just change and continuously be a different individual. So and that's okay, if someone doesn't understand it. Hey, that's okay. अलग अलग वक्त आते हैं जिंदगी के, and अलग अलग वक्त के अंदर अलग अलग लोग आते हैं, and अलग अलग लोग, you know it does, it does. बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल. Yeah, yeah, yes. Come on air, Neha. Share your thoughts on air. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. Thank you. It is. It is. It's my own journey with my girls. Thank you. Same here, Neha. All right. Thank you. You too. Bye. um, Folks on LinkedIn and YouTube, thank you all for being here. I'm going to continue my live that I do on Facebook. Thank you all for being here, and I'm going to continue talking about advocating for kids, and thank you all for being a part of this journey. So this is Simon Dillon signing off. I'm going to disconnect from LinkedIn, YouTube.